It's okay, Vanille.
She got it down. She got it down.
There's been worse.
Also, yeah, if I was just watching your tank rather than going in. I think we were watching your failure and hittables, and then we're like, oh shit, she's nearly dead.
I mean, once she hit like 2,000 HP, I was like, we gotta go in.
I was so
Yeah.
confident in all my
So
hittables,
bad.
and they just like. No,
Shit.
fuck you.
Should've wall pounced.
This
That
is
on
why
you.
maps 4 and 3 tanks are always terrible.
Not always. You can get lucky, and then you have like the one team is like rushing through the map with like a 600 bonus, and the other one gets wiped because he lands lucky hitters.
Just hit sucks balls.
I think if you get rid of the spitter, go for quad.
Okay.
Okay.
The sun is shining in my face.
What? Why do you have a window that doesn't have a curtain?
Yeah, who was window?
What?
What the hell? Who needs windows anymore?
Windows 95.
Who needs to see the outside?
Has no curtains.
Okay. Probably at the top when they try to go up the
Go inside here.
thingy. So it's easy for the chonga.
Chonga. Big chungus.
Chonga.
This one?
Yeah, just right.
I go here?
Hollywood, did you tell him that you're Mexican by now?
Yeah, and the moment he found out, he just started shit-talking Mexicans. He says, Mexicans kill more than white people, which, like, is not true by any measure. At any time period.
They are killing a lot of their own folks at the moment.
Yeah.
But, uh,
As if, you know,
Okay.
white people and Americans
We-
don't
we
kill
ready?
Iraqis or anything. I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's go before we get in.
You know, the thing is, white people
Decent damage.
gotta get that coke, you know? And so they
Coke.
have to deliver.
Like,
Weapons over here! Reloading! They're coming! Reloading!
I will never play
Preparation.
this map
Okay.
again.
Ready?
Maybe.
Stack up on east.
The spin went through! Oh, that's so sad.
Police fix game. Yeah.
Reloading!
Oh, that would have been good. I hate everything about this map.
They got 840 bonus.
Oh, God.
No, it's
How? Jesus, that's so much.
Yeah, it's only one in cap. Map's worth a lot.
Yeah, only one is
I'm ready.
Should focus on east to get the damage bonus down a bit.
No, we're going for the same people.
that map-
Charge him.
Good
Oh,
try.
Ah, shit, I thought
what do
you
we get?
meant
Got a 100 off.
90 bonus.
I think we just sack again for a quad. Probably not gonna have time, but whatever. Might have time actually. Get rid of that spit. Yeah, sack the sword. You guys need to land, like maybe land the boom and spit block or something.
I need to.
Alright, this is good.
594. Vanille, did you know that Filipino girls are killing more than white people?
Goodness.
Alrighty, let's do damage here.
Ready.
Wait for them to drop. Alright. Ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go. Oh, nice.
It's triple. Or double.
Nice. B-dub.
I'm sad I missed that triple. didn't have the spec cam because I just died.
On.
417. Do we play finales? Do you guys play finales?
Yeah, we can.
Depending
If
on
it's close
score, right?
enough, yeah.
We just need to get roughly the same bonus, which is very possible.
Yeah,
You
it's
guys
cool.
don't have phones?
Hmm?
They
No
don't play
problem.
finales in Aussie pugs.
No, we don't. Because we're retarded. We should, but we don't. Because some people probably cried about it and then the rest of the dumb community listened.
It happens. There's dumb shit in our community.
Sure, why
East.
not?
I think it's because of Dark Carnival, you know. People figured out that this finale is like fucking boring, so they
Yeah.
didn't want to play it anymore. I don't know why he still kind of likes Lobster. I mean, Lobster's trolling him so
Because he
fucking
thinks
hard.
Lobster's on his side. I don't think he realizes. Like I said, I don't think he even
plays.
knows that Vanille is Filipino. I don't think.
I told
Either
told
he
him.
didn't realize or he's too afraid to say anything.
I think the second, because I told him like in his face, like directly, you know. And he was like, oh, I thought Vanille is from Japan.
The
Wait,
whiter
Vanille's not
Asian-
from Japan?
The whiter Asian. That's what he means.
Yeah, yeah.
Those
What I-
high-tier
yeah.
Asians, according to white people.
Oh,
You know, if
I
you're
shot
Oh,
him.
you didn't even shot me!
Phew.
Vanille, please.
Hunter!
Just you.
10 out of 10 speed.
I got
Wait, no, there's two. Boom. League and,
I got
I'm
boom
happy.
through everybody else.
What the heck? I didn't even hear that.
Better watch out.
Wait, no.
I'll stay with you, I'll stay with you.
Okay.
I didn't want
You
to.
guys need to watch the roof.
Just gonna pick on him.
Let's go before they go on the spawn up. He's gonna
Holly would be a globalist. I love it.
two more spawn, one more spawn. Hunter on me.
Reloading.
Damn, I really wanted an SMG.
Me too.
Maybe there's one in this room. I'm checking really fast.
Guys,
Car attack him.
careful, please.
There's not.
Make
My
this
FPS just
tank
dropped to 40.
exactly like mine.
140.
I thought you were
No,
on
I'm at-
VSync.
I'm at-
How is your fucking FPS dropping?
No, I got a new laptop. I don't use VSync anymore.
Oh.
But I've got below 40 FPS.
I
Feels
can
bad.
give you the program I use. It's basically VSync, but like it gives you a bit less input lag, but you can still
Nah,
cap your FPS at 60.
I'm good. I was forced to use it for the crappy laptop. But this
One.
computer was usually fine, but it got laggy as soon as the tank spawned.
No, fuck you.
I don't like this.
Oh, there's a bin. Oh, there's another car.
Why couldn't I get these little balls?
Because in that category.
Because you're not Japanese. You're not a
Rip.
high-tier Asian.
I bet he's got a lot of health left, I'd say.
Yeah, he does. I think I'm the only one shooting it.
Boomer's running in.
Oh, look at the car! Oh, this guy's getting some. He's getting some lucky hittables.
It's ridiculous.
Charger's coming in.
Over here!
I got him from way over here.
Yeah. I'll
I
be right
thought it
back.
was gonna crouch and it just wouldn't hit me, or it would just fly way over my head, but it was the
Don't
perfect
do it,
angle.
tank.
Walker is waiting for you.
Man.
At the stone.
No finale.
Can you hear me? I need
Now my FPS goes up.
I'm in a little
Why don't you just buy a PC?
BGG.
What does that mean?
What is that? Everyone's
It's a
saying it.
fucking meme.
Jesus Christ, Fred.
Bye bye.
I think it means like I am your brother or something weird like that. But it seems really. It just sounds really funny.
Hello, globalist fish.
Do you enjoy that, Snow?
Yeah, I think it.
I did that for
sounds
you.
Good. I just has the right.
That
I don't
last
know.
car that you hit at the perfect angle? What the fuck?
Snow, you ready for our debate round 2?
Oh, that was easy. You were
I want to
picking
hear this. Please do it. Round
No,
two.
my brain's already melting.
No, come
Yeah.
on, do it.
No, the...
It's so interesting to me.
Okay, okay.
You wanna do global
let's-
warming?
No, let's do healthcare this time.
No, I don't know healthcare that well. We could like pick like one of the more
Wait,
like,
wait, wait. Hold on. Can you summarize the genes thing you were talking about last time?
What do you mean?
I didn't really understand it.
like one in particular.
Hell The 20.
The genes about people.
The ones that you don't wear on your leg.
like
what-
how some people can't do stuff.
Oh yeah,
and,
some
like,
people
and-
can't do stuff like dunk,
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
and some people can do stuff like dunk, and it's because of your genes.
It's because of the jeans that you're wearing.
So I have to buy
Yes,
my
like khakis are just they're
Those aren't
not
jeans. Those are khakis.
optimal. Well, there's some khaki jeans.
I would never wear those though. So
khaki jeans.
That's not
Is
why
that
I
not a
can't.
thing?
Yeah.
Things.
I can dunk
Khaki
a
jeans?
volleyball. I can't dunk a basketball because I can't.
I only got one
What's your
ball.
question? Alright, is this the debate question?
Can you tell me what Filipinos can do or and can't do?
I can. Do
I don't know much
everything.
about Filipinos. I don't know much about their culture. I'm actually a Southeast Asian, like 20%. Like I'm like American Samoan, so it's related to Filipino. Like I think we
I
share
can
like
tell
most
you-
of our DNA.
They are very small, have weak infrastructure, and also they like to die in tsunamis.
That's how Vanille's gonna eventually die.
That's why she never
Even
goes
though
to
we
the
don't
beach
have-
and
Wait, I don't
touches
think
water.
we don't. I don't think we have tsunamis.
We don't, but you'll find.
You really like to.
Yeah, you know,
Can.
Southeast Asians, they're all the same for me. And I'm a white guy.
The Filipinos are like extremely nationalist, so like obviously in favor of them, like in their way of life. They're like way more nationalist than like the Europeans or like any other places.
Well, to me, like Europe kind of sucks.
Yeah, Europe fucking blows. But like it used to be like a great place.
Uh-huh.
It's because of globalism.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know.
Back then, when we had all the nice walls and stuff, then we had some balls.
Yeah,
but
you
we
took
lost
it down. Like, why'd you have to take down a nice wall that you have?
Not the walls. I mean the walls.
We should
you
be
know,
building
like
walls. If Trump's told me anything in this world, is that there should be more walls.
Well, he hasn't built a single fucking wall.
We
Like,
all
that's
know
the
that walls
issue.
always work.
yeah, but the communists can build walls.
But they look so nice though.
Well,
Like,
actually,
that's
if the
thing.
communists build walls, it's like it's not a good thing. But if
then
we
they
do,
win.
then it's a
You
really good.
understand?
Yeah.
No, we
Walls
can
are
build
like-
walls and they can't.
Exactly. Thank you for enlightening us.
You guys don't get to separate each other, but we can separate you guys from us.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's your divine right to separate people.
It is your divine right to separate other people from you.
As the
Yeah,
superior
but-
race.
yeah, but the fucking
No,
communists,
every race
don't
has
have
the
these
right
rights.
to do it. Like, whatever, no matter what you think of yourself.
Yeah, but communists
better
are
or worse?
leftists, so they don't have rights.
That's true. You don't have rights, right?
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not Russian.
You might as well be. Fucking
Yeah.
Eastern European. It's the same thing.
Fucking not USA equals Russia.
You're on the other
fucking-
side of the Cold War, buddy. We're gonna tear
Yeah.
down your wall soon.
Only half his country was.
Your butthole wall.
Butthole wall.
What?
The vaginal wall.
think it was made of concrete.
Wait, so do you know a lot about healthcare? I'll learn about healthcare to do a debate. I just like I
That's
don't feel
what
super
school is
comfortable
for.
with it.
They actually like let you do that. They
Ah,
let you learn,
teachers.
and then
Teachers
they
are way
make-
overrated. Don't talk shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you. Well, we did education last time.
Yeah, we did education last time.
I think that like if nobody educated anybody, it would be like this world will be perfect.
Oh yeah, why do you think that?
So we just be free to do whatever we want.
Nobody's able to do anything because he's stupid.
What are these berries on this tree? I don't know. I'll fucking eat them. If I die,
Yeah. People, Hollywood is claiming that I think that there is a superior race. That is not what I said.
White
I
power.
said
I think,
that like
I think there definitely is, and it's whatever race I am.
the exact mixture of being superior. Well, like I just said that like if you think your race is superior, like I don't care. Like you have a right to think that.
Right,
Yeah.
because that's what you think.
No, right
No,
to
no.
thought.
Not
This is
one
what I
bit.
learned.
That's like not even possible for me to think.
Hollywood, don't twist his words. He said other races are inferior because they cannot do anything.
Oh, my bad.
Not
My
that
bad.
his race is superior.
Yeah,
You know, like
You're
the
right,
fucking
you're right.
niggers from
I said I
sub-Saharan
did say.
Africa.
Yeah.
They,
that's
they
right.
never had math and stuff, you know. They are
We all know
complete
that white
subhumans.
people are the oppressed people in South Africa.
Yeah, because they were getting fucking slaughtered.
Uh-huh. Tell me more.
Yeah, it's true.
Wrong.
Tell me
Yeah,
about
it's true.
how Mexicans
Pretty
kill
sure
more than white
apartheid
people.
was like
that
a
was a
thing,
real
but
gem.
I'm not.
You,
really
you know Mexicans like the kind of I bet like half your
Oh, yeah,
DNA comes
fuck
from
Mexico.
Europe,
Uh-huh.
just from like the sound of your voice. Like
Yeah.
I bet like most Mexicans like when
Right,
you say Mexican like you're mostly Europe.
Yeah, because Native Americans cannot learn English. We all know that. This is a scientific fact.
Oh, I didn't say that. One like you're just lying. Like that's all you have is you just lie because you can't you can't debate. Like,
That's actually
Let's
typical
stay Jumbo.
Mexican thing.
Yeah.
People lie. It's a real. I've noticed.
No, like
They're
he is.
always
That's
so
not
emotional.
true. Like you as an individual are a liar. Like, and you can't because you can't debate my ideas. Like you just call me names, and then
It's not
just
his
lie
fault.
about what I said.
Like he's Mexican. He's
Yeah.
lying.
I'm just inferior.
Supposed to lie.
I never said that Mexican.
And any part of me that's
I'm
not
saying-
inferior is European, obviously.
Most of your DNA probably comes from Europe.
Really, tell me more about my DNA.
Can you, give us-
I don't know about your DNA, but like most.
Well, you
most
just said that
Mexicans-
most of it's European. I mean,
Most of it is most likely European.
This
Like
is actually more interesting.
Actually, I think
Have you done it
1% of my
20?
DNA comes from lobster.
Oh
Yeah.
damn!
uh,
How'd you get that?
No.
we have exact ratios on his DNA. He is exactly 75% crustacean.
Lobster or something?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh.
I only got one scissor hand, you know.
I never said that Mexicans
Big
are inferior. Just
Meaty
lie about me.
claws!
I'm gonna say this right now.
Okay,
Mexicans are-
okay, healthcare is not your topic. Then, which
I love
topic would you-
healthcare. I went to the hospital.
I need
The
to clear
genetic
my
makeup
name.
of
because-
Mexicans is his topic, obviously.
Yeah,
Nah.
I think it was. I actually like went on a tour like recently. And
Oh, yeah?
Of Mexico.
we're talking about this.
Do you
The,
globalist?
the problem,
I'm not
is-
globalist. I'm the nationalist.
Actually, globalist.
Stay in your own fucking country. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you
I'm in
doing?
my
That's
own country.
disgusting.
You want to
Leaving your
go?
country for any reason is disgusting.
I actually would
a
never
lie.
go to
That's-
Mexico. It's fucking
that's-
disgusting. Your water is gross.
That's not what nationalism is. Like, are you ever gonna like actually address like my points, or are you just gonna keep like dodging, lying, and like all this stuff? Like, it's not very like intellectually impressive. And like now making noises, like
Okay,
is this
can you-
like?
Can you tell me a
Don't make
topic
that
you
noise.
want to discuss now? Because the
Like-
sun is shining in my face.
Yeah, you
and
haven't
it's-
addressed any of Snow's topics. That's pretty
What?
intellectually unimpressive.
Okay,
man.
you want healthcare? Like, I don't know a ton about it, but like, I just think that like, the reality is that
If your parents are really
like
rich,
you either die in a line or you die in like because you're poor. And like, if you die, if people are dying because they're poor in like a capitalist system, like more people are like. Because, like, in a capitalist system, things are going to be more efficient. Like, people are going to end up being better off.
Okay,
I'm not saying
Healthcare
that you
doesn't
don't have
get
a
more
capital
efficient with capitalism.
I mean,
That's
look
what
at the
Healthcare gets more
American
efficient at
system.
making a profit.
We don't have
his,
a capitalist
his
system.
words aren't working, but like capitalism's fine.
We don't have a
Also,
capitalist
like if you're poor, you
We have
probably
a-
deserve to die.
yeah, you
That's
did.
not-
Just didn't make the cut.
That's not true because first of all, like all those things don't apply because we don't have a capitalist system. We don't have a free market healthcare system. We have a mixture. But like I wouldn't care that much if we have single payer or like a capitalist system. I just think that like pure capital system is gonna be better because healthcare is really easy to do, and so you're gonna have a lot of competition. Like there's very low barrier to entry just starting a hospital, like versus like starting Google. So like you're gonna get pure competition pretty quickly, and you're gonna get like those nice competitive prices.
What do you think? Which services should the country provide to its citizens? If not, things like healthcare. Oh, water is private.
electricity.
No, it has to be private.
No, that should be private and just like regulated as a natural monopoly.
Alright, man. Like as long as
Okay,
I
but
water,
this,
Like I think that like you need like I'm not like super libertarian because I'm a nationalist and that's obviously
yeah,
like I believe in people
Fucking
over like,
nationalist,
people are more
yeah.
important than money.
okay,
I don't think that's true at all. I'll buy it now if they sell
yeah,
it.
but I
It's all
think
just a waste of time. I agree. with
Which
you.
are
Like we need to like gut that system. Like we certainly shouldn't be subsidizing any education.
okay. So which are the aspects the country should take control of
Police and
for its
military.
citizens?
Police and military for sure, and maybe some other stuff. Like I don't know everything about like,
Lobster, how much would you sell?
but those are the ones I know.
Like, what's the price?
How much would I sell what?
Me?
Like, yeah.
Me?
How much?
Am I worth?
No, more
Like-
importantly, how much would Vanille sell lobster?
Like
Oh,
to
I'm not
science
getting
or
the
for
first one.
prostitution?
No, just like
Both.
like I take her and you don't know what happens to her. She's just gone from your life. You don't know what happened.
$1 gazillion.
More than like 5,000.
I don't have that.
Somewhere over that.
At least knock on him.
I first.
Can we like barter? Like,
What did you pay? I think you had to pay some extra, you know? I'm pretty sure you did. You said you were in hospital recently.
oh yeah, I have health insurance. So I still had to pay like 14 for 2 fucking days.
What, you have health insurance and you
Relief.
Insurance, but still,
what did you pay for yourself?
yeah. It's like they paid like 7,000, and then I have a deductible at 7,000, and then the rest another fucking $7,000.
So you got to pay 7,000 on your own and 7,000 the insurance paid.
Yeah, it's really. I'm just holding out. I'm just not paying it right now. It's like, alright, fucking take it.
I wasn't. I
What's your
wasn't.
student loans or your hospital bill?
I was in hospital in January for a whole week, and I had to pay like 10 euros a day for food. That's it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, they just made me pee in a fucking jar for 2 days, and they're like, oh, we're gonna run a bunch of tests, and we'll put this like I don't know. And then they're just like,
what's
here's
your
a
opinion
bill
on
for
healthcare?
fucking a lot of money.
My opinion on healthcare is that healthcare should be a service provided by the government for its people. I think the access
How
to
do you
healthcare
regulate how much? How do you regulate how much you put into it versus like developing a cure for cancer, or developing like AI that could develop a cure for cancer versus like developing 1 million little things like that. Like how would you do that? Like how would you
You
compute
write down
the
your thoughts
expected
before-
value of utility for every person, and then
Nah, you still got that's the normal way to go. You go to the doctor, and he will say what you have or don't have, and will give you the medicine you need. And if
Well,
you
like,
need like
realistically, like you're gonna go to the doctor more if it's free, right? Like, do you believe that, or do you believe that incentives don't like change behavior?
why should you go to the doctor if you're not sick?
Yeah, people
Even
are
if
just
it's
gonna waste it.
A lot of people.
I
are
mean-
gonna waste it.
I mean,
Do you
going to
deny
the
that?
doctor is not a pleasant experience, even if it's for free, you know?
More people are gonna go to the doctor.
Well, yeah,
like,
the
who
people that
don't
need to,
necessarily
but people
need
aren't just gonna be abusing it. Like,
Yes,
oh,
Yeah, well.
well, my
they
elbow.
will.
Well, yeah, some people,
Don't be
but they're not
retarded,
just gonna be like
Walter.
trying to
They are
gouge
going
the
to.
system themselves.
No, it's not.
The
It's
people
not gonna be to
appreciate what
gouge
it's
the
like.
system. No, they're not gonna appreciate shit. Like people don't appreciate anything. They just take whatever they can get. That's
Some
how,
Actually,
people will.
that's how almost
Heath
everyone
is
works.
kind of right because I know all the scumbags in the world because I grew up, and they just like they con shit, like con.
Everyone just takes,
You're only
and they
saying
don't
that-
even take things that don't even belong to them. Like, and
They were raised wrong basically. They're raised to think that like they're entitled to things and that they can get what they want if they
Yeah,
just
like-
manipulate people.
yeah, like that's toxic. Like that's like the worst thing possible.
But it's out there. I mean, I could do it too if I
How did
wanted
that
to.
start? It's 3v4.
Yeah, I've got
Shut up,
one of
Lee.
these spectates I can see.
If you're not talking about globalism, get the fuck out.
Yeah, globalism. Like the reason why I'm against globalism is
I'll
because
be back in like.
globalism. Oh, okay. You're not actually interested.
I'm interested.
So, like, if you're not interested, like, it's
We're
fine. Like,
very
I won't talk
interested.
about it. Like, if you don't care, like, I'm not trying to like talk out your ear. Like we can talk about something else.
If you're annoying and I don't want to talk to you again, I will tell you, and you will know that.
Oh, I was talking to Fish.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about?
But
it?
anyways, the reason. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't like sushi either, so. But the reason why I'm against globalism is because it's just a sneaky form of imperialism, which is the worst thing. Like, I agree with you that like when like whites went and fucking like raped and pillaged everyone, like throughout history, like that was bad. Like all nationalists are against that. Like that was bad. But I mean, like we're not the only ones that did that. Like we only did it because we were the most capable at the time. Like we have not been the most capable throughout history. Like there have been like times where the Middle Easterns have been stronger and the Asians have been stronger. But like generally speaking, when people have power, like, and then they take that power and put it on other people through imperialism, that's about as toxic as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're peaceful,
And if you,
it's fine.
the most globalist people are pushed by people who are living in the U.S. and are living in like European countries, but are not European, and it's pushed by people who like don't care about the future of our countries, and like they have no incentive to not just destroy them and replace them. Which it's essentially imperialism. Like nobody actually, the globalists
destroy
don't
who?
actually have an
Destroy
interest.
who and
Destroy European countries.
and replace them with what?
Anything else, like preferably themselves. Like what people tend to want to do is replace ideally in an ideal situation, everything that exists in the universe with infinite copies of itself.
I don't fucking get your point. Seriously.
My point is that like globalism is just a fake. It's a fake veneer over imperialism.
Yeah, but
it's
let's
not
stick
real.
to the concrete matter. So let's say we are in Europe, and you said Europeans want to replace Europeans with what?
No,
Whatever?
Europeans don't want to do that. Non-Europeans take over
fugitives
European
coming.
countries. They come in and they replace them with people who are not European,
The horror.
which is bad if you're European, and good if you're the other people. Because like once you're a minority, people will just like they will not give you any power, and sometimes they just slaughter you.
Yeah, I think that's what you should do to minorities.
No, anytime you're killing someone, unless it's in self-defense, it's a bad thing. Yes,
You
like
misinterpret
nationalism
his
is the
words.
ultimate solution for like racism and like racial violence. Except for
Oh yeah, racism. Let's do it.
What are we racing?
I don't think it's going to work. I mean,
well,
you
that's
already
literally
got
how
a
people
lot of
organize themselves like throughout history. And like when people are like nationalists and they like stay within their borders, almost like it's a tautology that they're not harming other people. Like,
yeah, really? You think so?
yes, if you're literally not in someone else's country, then you're not harming those other people.
You got a prime example for that theory?
Yeah,
Like
like,
a country,
China, like the last 100 years. Like average IQ 105, a billion people, like long history of like incredible achievements. Like should be the most powerful country on earth. Like
China
the last 100
in
years.
in the last 100 years?
Yeah, they haven't been imperialist.
Are
Like
you
recently, this with the Silk Road Initiative, they become imperialist again, which is not good. But
You know how many of their own people they killed just because they had different opinions about things?
that wasn't nationalism; that was communism.
Yeah, but it was in the last 100 years, and you just said China is a good example of a country doing it well for the last 100 years.
No, it was a good example of a country not harming other people for the last 100 years. Because what I'm saying is fucking tautological. Like if you're not in your own, if you're not in other people's country, you're not harming other people. Like harming your own people, like that comes generally from leftism, which is a separate thing from globalism. But
Oh boy.
What if I fart in my room and it goes all the way over to another country?
You are doing
That means you're an
violence.
imperialist.
You are
That's
doing
very,
violence
very
to your
imperialist
assholes.
of you.
Not that fucking powerful.
It would hurt.
Yeah.
That is the
Don't be
ultimate
so
crime
cocky.
that you can commit, League. You disgust me.
Wind
So,
takes
yeah.
it, man. I can't do
Why
anything about it.
Why would China have to do anything when
You
we
are imposing-
literally squash all the fucking beef in the entire for like the past 100 years?
We are nothing. Like the U.S. is not. Like, it's not. The U.S. is nothing. Like it's just a strange
US is
conglomerate of like forced.
The US
There's
is
no U.S. nationality. It's just a like ship with a hole in it that is.
you
just
fucking
waiting to
watch
sink.
too many YouTube videos, dude. The US is literally like the #1 superpower, and then maybe China,
Sure, yeah.
Russia.
You watch too much propaganda, dude. The
No,
US
it's
is a
not
joke.
propaganda.
Look
This
at our
guy's
fucking.
fucking
Look at our
in
debt, dude.
Germany, and he knows. Yeah, okay, we're. I don't
You
even.
can
Europe
just
is
watch
a joke
the
too.
numbers.
Like Europe and America are both a joke, dude. Like why it's our fucked?
Okay, so what's
Like, we've had our
the?
time.
Where's the good part of the world? Do we have to fucking look at the bottom of the ocean? You fucking.
No, everything is fucked. Like everything is
Maybe
having
you should
trouble.
tie
It's a struggle.
something fucking heavy to your shoes and walk into the
You tell him
if it's that
bitch.
fucking bad.
The thing is, if you make strong claims like the US is
The
nothing.
U.S. is nothing because
Hey,
it's
can
not
you
a
shut up for a
coherent-
moment and
Sorry,
let me
sorry.
talk?
Sorry.
Okay, then you have to have some facts to back it up. You can say,
My-
okay,
my
our
fact to
economy is
back it up-
declining, our military is extremely weak, we got this problem,
I
we
didn't
got
say
that
that.
problem.
Did I say any of that? No,
Yeah, but you have to have some
one
facts.
criticism. Here are my two criticisms of the U.S. and
Shut the
that's
fuck up. Let him talk for like a half second.
Yeah, it's
He's
okay.
trying to
I
talk
finished.
and you just interrupted him.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Okay,
Okay, my two
okay,
asked
criticisms
you.
are you ready?
I'm ready for your
that's-
claim where the US.
The U.S. is racially diverse, which is unsustainable, and the U.S. has $20 trillion
Fucking
in
Christ.
debt.
Yeah, it's okay.
Every
it's okay,
racially
it's okay.
diverse country has erupted into violence, and
Can you
that is
please
exactly
point out
what's
one
going on.
country that is not racially diverse?
Literally every single country on Earth is an ethnicity except the U.S.
What?
There is no racial diversity in any country on Earth, except for I think Sweden.
Okay,
Are you
Name
insane?
one country. Name one country. Every
All of
I-
them
I-
are just as racially diverse as us. We have like
You're
we're like
wrong.
80%.
No, we're not, dude.
Okay.
50% white.
Hey man,
That's extreme.
Keep
I
in
am-
mind
I-
that this guy said that I was lying about him being a racist. Just keep that in mind.
At least I invite you to. I invite
didn't
you to
say
Berlin to see it in the from first-person perspective how undiverse maybe Germany is. You would wonder.
What do you mean? It's all fucking Germans.
No,
It's a fucking
it's not
German
off.
ethnic state.
And if you go through the fucking city, it's like
Have you
every
ever
second
actually
person
been in
talks
Germany?
English.
Oh, I forgot. You
I'm
hate
just-
globalism.
let me-
Never
let me-
mind. Obviously, you
Just
haven't.
pull up the statistic. No, I haven't been
Pull
to
out the
Germany. I've been in some other places.
That's disgusting. How could you do that, you globalist?
That's not a part of my argument, dude. Stop strong, man. Come on with something clever. I'm serious. Like you haven't said anything like clever.
Well, I don't need
Okay,
to. You're
I'm
burying
pulling-
yourself with your own words.
In 2010, the largest racial group was white at 72%.
Whoa, hang on. That can't be right.
It's already
That's not
too
100.
diverse.
That's disgusting.
In Germany?
Your statistics
No,
must
in
be
the
wrong.
US,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that's 2008. Right now it's 60.
2010, and yeah,
All
I'm
the-
sure it's
all the white people
flooded
died.
fucking much.
60,
Yeah,
right?
the white people have just been dying.
They were all replaced by dirty immigrants and minorities. It's disgusting.
It's not. They're not dirty, but they're just not me. And like I don't like.
I don't
those
like
people,
people
it's
that
fine.
aren't me.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a
I
problem.
mean-
That's a problem I have a lot. You know, when I see people around and I say, "Damn, he's not me, man. What a faggot." Should be
Well, I
more
don't
like
have that
me.
problem just
That's
because
disgusting.
it's like, if you're not me, I don't give a shit about you. So
Yeah,
No,
so I
like,
don't
the
give
thing
a
is,
shit
like,
about you.
If you look at like where do all the atrocities of history come from? It comes from like mainly some degree of resources, but it's mostly due to like diversity and religion and ethnicity.
Maybe
And like
the
if you
issue
get
is
rid of diversity, then you get rid of all these terrible things.
maybe the issue isn't diversity in the first place. It's people having an issue with diversity, like
No,
you.
it's not. No, it's
Yes.
not. It has nothing
Yes,
to do with
it
people
is.
like me.
It
Oh,
has
for
everything to
sure.
do with people like you.
M Lobster K over here. That's a,
Okay, like
it's an MLK joke.
that's-
That's a,
I mean, it's
Well,
a story Lobster just put up. I think we can rightfully discuss it. I mean, it's Lobster's divine right to have his own opinion about the subject.
I agree that it is your divine right to have your own opinion. But I
this
disagree
is
with you.
divine into my face one more time. I'm gonna fucking smash my computer into bits.
You're,
No.
you're
Please do it for me.
secular. You're atheist.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. How could I ever know?
Like, why,
How could
why are you
anyone ever know? I'm not
Do you
mad
believe-
at anything. I'm
I
just
mean,
like,
like, I can set
confused
up
by
a
your
medical
point of
video
view
if you
of
want,
like
like-
the world. Just in
Well, no,
Fish,
it's
You
like-
want to talk about God?
no,
like I mean, you can
please,
talk
please
about
no.
God too. Like it's.
I don't
fine.
want to talk about God. Let's not talk about God, please.
But I want to talk about God with you.
No.
Okay, like it's not has nothing to do with people not wanting diversity. The reality is every single like if you look at what's happening in
You know
like,
what?
South Africa. Like
If
as soon as
you were
whites
just one
were a
fucking
minority
person-
and lost power, they were getting fucking slaughtered for their race. Like that just happens.
What do you
Like
think
even
they
like
were
if you look at
doing to the fucking black people before?
they were not
That
slaughtering
was
for them
imperialism.
They
because
weren't
they were
slaughtering
separating
them. They were just literally
weren't.
using them. And okay, I'm
It
just
was their
gonna-
divine
They were
right.
they were not slaughtering them. Were they or were they not killing them? Like they were not
They
killing
did
them.
some.
They are
fucking-
killing whites in
They
South Africa.
did some fucked up shit. Like white people did some fucked up shit to black people for like hundreds of years, and then they just like got out of it. It's like, no, it's cool now. You guys are
That's-
good, right? And
Are
then
you talking about the U.S.?
No,
Are you
like
talking about-
all white people.
I can say
yeah,
for the Germans,
I mean, like,
we killed black
colonialism
people
was
just
not
because
good,
we
but, like-
were able to.
But like black people do awful things to black people too. Like the whole thing
Yeah,
is
if
like
you
the
throw them
issue
in a
of
fucking
ethnic.
city and just throw a bunch of drugs at and
No,
say,
no,
here's
in
your
Africa,
corner and
in
here's your
Africa.
corner.
I'm
It's
not
called
talking about
Chicago.
The US.
themselves.
The US is a terrible like idea. Like in Africa, like Africans slaughter each other all the time because Africa is the most
White
racially
people never
diverse
slaughtered
place.
each other. That's
Yeah, we did because like Europe is racially diverse.
Okay, can I give you some
I mean, I didn't mean to say that. Like, I retract.
some
that.
additional information? Most of the
I misspoke.
Strike that from the record.
Yeah, strike
Most-
that. Like, I had a brain fart right there. Like, that's not what I meant to say.
most black people are killing each other because we are
Of
paying
their
them
race
to
and their
kill each
religion.
other.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely not
and-
because there's
They kill each
famine.
other. They kill each other because of their race and their religion. That's how
Yeah,
white
and
people kill
because
each
we give them weapons and we are like paying every
other.
fucking
No, it's not
dictator.
we, dude. Everything
who's
is not
giving-
fucking. Everything in history is not white people's fault. Like,
Yeah,
you
so-
guys gotta get out of that mentality. Like, it's like
Nobody
blacks
has that
kill each other
mentality.
all the time.
Listen to the high IQ.
It's just a Tumblr
Having
mentality.
that mentality. Everyone has their own problems. Every race. Like,
Did you
No,
just
every
read-
race
everything
fucking kills
is
each other
not
all the
right.
time. It's awful.
Yeah.
Like the solution to that is like
Kill
have
everyone.
strong. No, it's to have
continue to kill
strong
each
force.
other until there's no one left.
Just nuke all.
It's not
the
my
countries.
fault. It's not my fault for being a violent racist. It's black people's fault for coming into my country.
I mean, like, are you talking about me? Because like that's not at all.
Yeah, he's
Nah,
saying
but about the
everyone.
ideology in general, I think. I mean,
White nationalists are not the most violent group of people, and that's the most. Okay, I guess Nazis are more extreme than white nationalists, but like they are not violent compared to all
Nazis
the
are
people.
white nationalists.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They're the same.
Nazis
No,
are
Nazis are not
socialists.
are national socialists, which is
Yeah,
distinct
they're
from
not
nationalism.
nationalists, but they're close.
No,
So
they're
that-
not.
so that-
No, they're fucking
so
not.
that-
They're imperialists. They have no,
And
Nazis have nothing to do with our ideology.
a
like
national
nothing to do.
socialist has is different in that kind of regard that they are national
They're a
socialists and national
pan-German
liberal.
movement. That has nothing to do with
They are like
nationalism.
nationalists plus a welfare state, you know?
No,
That's
they are
national
not.
socialism.
No, National Socialism, like in terms of like the historical, like Nazi Germany, like that was a pan-German, or not even pan-Aryan movement, of which I am against because there's no.
I think
like,
the
European
Aryans are a
peoples
Mongolic
distinct.
tribe.
The Nazis didn't go far enough. That's their mistake. That's why they lost.
That's not.
Yeah.
I'm just not arguing that.
They
like,
fucked up.
just,
They
like,
shouldn't have went into Russia. They should have left them alone.
Yeah.
No, the
there's
reason why
fucking
they went
slav
to
there. It's
Russia was
disgusting.
because the Russians were gonna come in and fucking level Europe. Like they're gonna totally take over.
Uh-huh.
And you can, and you know that because if you look at the like the infrastructure in Russia, like it was all offensive tanks and missiles and stuff like that. And so Hitler realized that he was getting fucked really hard by Stalin, and so he invaded Russia and destroyed all the offensive weaponry.
Did you said missiles and stuff?
Yeah, like
You
they
know,
had.
But they
I
threw like
worked in-
20 million lives into fucking Germany.
Yeah, it's,
Hey,
it's
in-
not like Stalin
one
was
second,
allied
one
with
second.
Hitler, and it's not like he was convinced that they wouldn't invade even when he was warned.
One
No.
second.
Like, you hear what I
Missiles-
said? Like,
missiles
like-
didn't exist in World War II.
Oh,
The
okay,
Nazis
like, whatever,
invented the
like-
first missile prototype, so they had no infrastructure at all.
Okay, like there's still a
So-
difference between the offensive and defensive strategy and munitions and setup. And they,
You know,
and if
when
you
they
look at
invaded
the-
Europe, when they fought back against Germany, the Russians had
Who, the Russians?
there were 3 people who had to share like one gun. Stuff like that happened. They
the
were not.
Russians? Yeah, because
Yeah,
we,
they
like,
had-
not we,
they
but
had,
the,
like,
the
nothing.
Germans, they went in and they mounted a large offensive against the Russians, and the Russians were not expecting this, and they had mostly offensive weaponry, and they weren't prepared to defend as well.
If they
That's why
weren't
they
expecting it,
lost.
then why did they have offensive weapons?
Okay, can you tell me the difference
like,
between an offensive gun and a defensive gun?
Saying like large.
According to you, who were they
instead
going to
of
use
small
those
scale.
weapons on?
I don't
If it wasn't the
remember
Germans.
like what, like do you like Hollywood like what you said just now like if you weren't prepared like why are they offensive like what you're saying like just think about what you're saying for a second like it doesn't make sense. Like if you're prepared for an attack you prepare defensively not offensively. If you're preparing to attack then you prepare offensively. And there's a
According
difference
to
between
you, the Russians were preparing offensively.
yes they were preparing offensively.
Yeah, for who?
And
if
that's
not
why the Germans attacked. What? To attack the Germans and
That's what
conquer
happened.
Europe?
I think the
Yeah,
reason
but
they
you-
won
That,
was
it's something that
because they
recently
fought
came
like
out.
a
Like
war.
it was new.
Yeah,
You gotta
Where?
understand the Russians. They have such
I
a
was
small
70 years old, man.
Germany.
What?
You need to
What'd you say?
understand Russia. They had such a small country with no resources
It's not
at all,
small,
so
and
they
it has
had
a
to
ton of
invade.
resources.
So yeah, I know it was irony. They had
It's not-
no.
They have a lot of people that have a lot of resources.
They
They
do have
had
a lot
to
of resources.
really-
They have a lot of oil. Like they're mostly a resource-based economy.
Maybe they could just
That's not
fucking throw their oil at them.
Yeah, Germany has no resources, so why the fuck should they invade Germany without any?
No, they wanted to conquer all of Europe
Ah, okay, I understand. And why
because
didn't they do it?
Stalin was awful.
For as many fucking people they murdered, they like advanced a lot in science. So
Who?
yeah,
What,
Germany.
what do you mean? Germany?
Yeah, the Nazis did so much for fucking like medical science and like warfare.
Because
Like,
you're
yeah,
allowed
Okay,
to
what's your
do
point?
things
Like
when
how does that relate?
experiment on people
What are you trying
without
to say?
any law.
What'd you say?
No, it's just that like wartime. Like first of all, Germans are like great people and they're very intelligent. And, like,
Hitler.
I mean, I'm part
appreciate
German.
it.
Except you, Snow,
and-
you're
yeah.
a faggot globalist.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah,
I didn't say-
but my heritage is a great one.
Yeah, maybe.
No, German. I mean,
You're
okay,
probably
like
a
Germans
dirty
are just.
Jew, like,
Only
Yeah.
if it's if it's pure, if it's diverse, then it's disgusting. and
Hitler
it
was
shouldn't-
not
it
Jewish.
shouldn't
He was
exist.
Austrian.
Yeah, he was.
But Germans
he
are
was
just
a
really
fucking
smart,
immigrant.
and like it's not because they didn't have any rules.
Only
It's
the pure
because
Germans.
when you're in wartime, like you're like much more motivated to like create a lot of like practical engineering stuff, whereas like in peacetime, like a bunch of rats and bureaucracies like focus too much on useless kinds of basic research that doesn't help advance
Yeah.
engineering and stuff.
Yeah, like education.
Useless.
Education and research is useless. I agree.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
does
we
nothing.
gotta-
Like the
gotta-
difference between teachers has been shown to be less than 8% of the variance in student outcomes. Education as a field, and like they're deniers of all sorts of other fields of science. Like as a field,
Yeah.
it's garbage.
We
The reason-
Germans always detested education, and we just got smart, by living
Yeah.
our lives.
I mean, like education, like you still need to educate people, but like the focus on educate, like come on, don't be an idiot. Like there's a difference between like education R&D and like fucking providing education. That's like saying like we need to research water because water is so important. It's like no, we already know how fucking water works. Like you pump it out of the ground. Like
I think.
That's. I think that's all there is to know about water. Water is just you pump it out of the ground. Period.
oh come on, like you get what I'm saying. Like don't pull my dick.
Now the problem is that
Literally
you're wrong
exists in the-
again, my friend. Water
Like
is
That's
what
what
benefits
education
has? Tell me what concrete benefits has education, research, and development done
Like all the things, like all the good things.
in the last 50 years?
Like in the last million, like the last
What
couple
major-
thousand years.
What?
Or
No,
what,
no.
like
What
10,000
major innovation in the last 50
All of
years
them.
in education R&D has affected education to the degree that it's helpful?
All of the things.
What?
Hi, my
What?
friend.
Name one.
Do you drive a car?
Name one.
You're saying that
Dude,
nothing
are
has
you
progressed
understanding
in
what
the
I'm
last
saying?
50
Like, do
years?
you understand that like there's a difference between like I'm saying education, like we shouldn't educate the people, and like we shouldn't research how to change education. I'm saying education research has not advanced in a way that has been useful in the last 50 years. Education has been the same.
No,
and it
you
doesn't
didn't
need to
say that.
change. Yes,
You
I fucking
exactly-
did say that. I was talking
No,
about
you didn't.
education
It
R&D,
doesn't matter because it's not true
research
either way.
and development.
Moving those
It's
goalposts.
literally-
Just move them. Just keep moving.
Okay,
They
like
can't
that's
hit you
I-
if you keep moving.
It
I mean, like,
continuously
just-
develops like every
just-
year. What do you mean?
Okay, name one innovation in education that has been helpful and has improved student outcomes in the last 50 years.
Oh my god, what are you fucking talking
What?
about?
What is
Can you
it?
not
What is
parse-
it?
like, is my, do I need to say it in
Hey, my English is
like,
not
like,
good
what-
enough.
What's
What-
confusing about what I'm
it
saying?
doesn't make any sense. Like,
Like,
everything
okay, like,
that
let me give you an example. Like an education innovation would be like putting iPads in schools.
I
Like, that is shown
understand.
to be absolutely useless.
Okay, in the last 50
No,
years,
that's
okay,
another-
putting PCs into schools. Bam.
That's
Absolutely
not
useless.
Yeah.
that's not an education innovation.
Why does anyone?
Textbooks
How
useless.
dare we make
Why does
things,
anyone
like,
need to be
easier
able to
for
type
children?
on a computer? Why would you ever?
That's
need
not
to
an
do that?
innovation. That's
Like-
curricular
like-
change. That's different.
Wikipedia, learning
Move
software,
those
stuff like that.
goalposts.
Okay,
It's gone.
like, do you understand what people with PhDs in education do? Like, they don't sit around and be like, "Oh, we need to teach computer science." Like,
They
that's
tell people what to
curriculum.
teach.
Not quite. They look at like education theory and like how to structure like classroom dynamics and stuff like that. Like, it's not like setting up curriculum like, "Oh, we need to put computers in the schools and teach computer science." Like, I'm talking about a very specific thing because I'm trying to make a small example of how lots of fields of basic research is not very useful, but like engineering is. And
So,
it's because
and-
large bureaucracies don't produce anything or don't produce very much.
Yeah,
of value.
nobody ever taught those engineers how to do anything.
You know, but
God
you
damn it,
cannot,
dude! Like,
you
you're just like,
can,
are you trolling me
dude.
right now? Like, or are you like not understanding what
They
I'm
learned
saying?
cannot
just by
have a
I don't know how- I don't know how to
society
say
based
it
on engineers.
What?
Dude, you cannot have a society only based on engineers. You gotta have people doing something else.
I mean, that's just one example. I'm talking about like when you're placing your hardworking, high IQ people into jobs. Like you want to put them into things like engineering and medicine rather than in bullshit jobs like fucking like administration positions at like large bullshit research
You would hope that
universities.
you have a few of those in there, because how are you gonna cure diseases? Research is like fucking huge in like
Yeah, applied
every
research. Applied research.
Yeah, but you need to have some education to be able to.
I am not
be a
arguing
researcher.
against educating people. I don't know how many times I have to say that.
You're saying you don't like that people are trying to figure out better ways to educate people, which is retarded.
No, I'm saying that the pursuit of researching education, so figuring out new ways to educate people, has
just fucking say?
has fruited. Yes, exactly that. But let me finish. Has fruited nothing so far. It's done nothing. Those people who are working who have education PhDs and stuff, and have developed all these new techniques and have all these theories and published all these papers and took $200,000 salaries, have produced nothing of value to anyone else. All they did was fucking lie to taxpayers and take their money. Because large bureaucracies, that's mainly what they do. Like all those teachers who are making $60K a year and grinding their ass off are getting fucked by the bureaucrats who are just sitting around and creating nothing of value, who should be working on something
I
practical.
mean, that's always
That
gonna
is what I'm
happen,
claiming.
But that's not 100% what, like, that's not what's happening.
That is what's happening. Like on a structural level.
Some
Like,
shit
in
like that is always
academia.
gonna happen.
Every development
happens
has
less
some kind of
in-
bureaucracy because it needs to organize its complex structures. So you cannot complain that.
I
these
agree that
bureaucracies
that's
exist.
true, but it happens less if you set up better incentive systems, i.e., the free market, or
Those
Up-
idiots
like
that
things like
didn't
a-
like
applied
cure
research.
polio and shit were fucking
But the
assholes
thing is,
until the
thing
guy.
is, free market only is suitable for one.
I didn't
kind
say
of
free
person.
market only. I said
Yeah, but if
free
it-
market is the main incentive structure. I didn't claim that like it does everything.
yeah,
but,
but,
like,
you
you
have
need
to
to-
accept there are soft people in the world. There are weak people in the world. People who don't want to fight for their lives. You know.
I
And
agree.
these people are not prospering in a free
But
market.
you-
because,
okay, like in your country, like, because I have no responsibility for people who are not my either my family, my friends, or like people who are my people. Like I have no responsibility outside of that, and I don't expect like people who are not my people to help me out.
yeah.
Like okay, but barring that, like the people who are my people, like yes, I agree. Like because like I was born with like some abilities and obviously a lot of luck, and so everyone in this chat is born with a lot of abilities too. Like, everyone like I like
East, who is your people?
White
like
nat.
mixed
nationalists.
white Americans. No, like you know, it's not like my people is not a politics. Like even
Do you
if you're
think people
global, you're
actually
still my people.
give a shit anymore? Like a lot of people do.
White
but
people don't give a
lot of
shit,
people-
but everyone who's not like white Americans
That's not true.
give a
dude.
shit, and that's why we're gonna get.
Do you know how
fucked.
often
Because-
I get fucking helped by like literally people of all races just because like
yeah,
I'm
and I
just a
help
nice
people
person?
who aren't my
They're just
race
biding
too,
their
like
time.
all the time.
Don't be
Yeah,
retarded.
all the time.
They're waiting.
Because-
They're waiting for me to fucking turn my back and then they're
No,
gonna kill me.
I'm not
They're
claiming
observing
that.
you and they're
I'm not
noting the
claiming
weak
that
points.
though. Like you're fucking straw manning me again. I'm not claiming that. I help people like regardless of their race all the time. Like I'll be friends with you. Like I'll give you money if you're
so
my friend.
What are you? You're saying that like the other races are just waiting for their come up and they're gonna
No,
like storm over the world.
What an
No.
evil
Take over.
plan.
no.
So what are you
I'm saying that
I'm
if
just
you
confused.
put a bunch of people who are not your race in your country, they will try to expand their population until they either in a democracy have total voting power over you. Like in the case of Mexicans, they tend to vote. They tend to be more socialist, and they tend to have different opinions.
It's because
than
it
whites do.
benefits their families.
Gee, I wonder
No,
why that
we're
is.
socialist in Mexico, like compared to like
Because
Europe.
it benefits their families there too, because a fucking cartel runs every. All right, So
like South Americans, like as
Wusa! Fish, Wusa!
okay, so I'm just saying, don't be this paranoid about like other races because it's just gonna
He is
make you
pissing his
like a
pants,
fucking
terrified of me.
maniac.
Yeah, but serious East, if you are like a bit on the poorer side of the spectrum, then of course you are more in favor of socialist parties because their way of seeing things is more profitable to you. That's just logic.
If there are
I
two
don't
political
know.
parties and one of them wants to help you with stuff like welfare and healthcare and whatnot, and the other one says that you need to go back where you came from and puts you in cages, which party are you going to vote for? Let's do this little thought exercise, shall we?
Honestly, I think we put the brown people in cages and we move on.
Right? Just forget about them. You don't have to feed them if they're in cages.
Yeah, I mean, if they look white enough, we can keep them out.
Yeah.
Holly sounds white, he can stay.
Yeah.
I think Nuth
But-
has to
but
go.
how does he look?
Oh no, that you've caught me. Oh god, my brown skin and black hair. Oh god. Oh no, the jig is
Fuck
up.
does he-
Oh, I
does he
thought
do?
I thought you are a white Mexican. Okay, now I don't like you anymore.
Yeah, he's not Spanish Mexican. He's fucking.
Yeah, dude. Despite
he's
my
like
mostly
Mayan or
European
some shit.
DNA, I'm
fucking
just,
subhuman.
just a
He's
dirty,
gone.
dirty spit.
Yeah, but
What an
I think he,
idiot!
but I think he lost connection.
Oh.
Nah,
Hey,
he's
But
gone.
man, he
He's gotta be
contradicts
gone.
himself so much. He just says the one thing, then you say, "Hey, did you just say this?" No, I never would say that. I
Yeah.
never said I would. And most of the time, you're sitting here like, "What the hell?"
I mean, he's trying to prove his point. I mean,
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but-
every point is retarded
Big
and
up.
wrong.
big ups, man. He fucking stood there by himself. He stood tall on the mountain with all of us fucking commoners yelling
Yeah.
at him, telling him to
Yeah.
shut up.
I just like
You know-
Steam message him a bunch of shit just to provoke him, and then I knew he would call me out and try and prove his point. That's the only reason I did it.
Actually, I like to, ask him open questions so he can share his point. And
I just like
You just-
embarrassing people who deserve it.
Where does he live?
I don't know.
Well, I
The
just
East
don't
Coast
understand,
New
like,
England somewhere.
how he hasn't. Oh, okay. So it's just like all white people there.
I feel like he's like, waking up in the morning. Oh, what does my favorite news channel, Fox News, says? Oh,
Breitbart,
another
yeah.
bunch of Mexicans are coming.
I think my
Well, we
favorite
don't
part
want
about
that.
his whole "you shouldn't help people outside your race and they shouldn't help you" is like, by his logic, if you hail a taxi and the guy driving it is a Mexican, he shouldn't take you. And if you go to the
Yeah.
hospital with a critical injury and the doctor in the ER is a black guy, he shouldn't treat you. I mean,
Yeah, last time it was like, people from different races shouldn't mix. And when I asked him, so lobster and vanilla shouldn't mix, he was like, no, that's fine. So
because he doesn't want to
That
get
one's
like
okay.
kicked. He thinks that like Lobster's just gonna like rage if he says anything bad about Vanille.
Well, to be fair, lobster and vanille, this interracial breeding is.
yeah,
It's not right.
It is an affront to God, and you need to stop.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would say it's your divine right, but I think it's my divine right to reject.
yeah, but why saying that in the first place then? If you cannot stand your ground, if you have to give an example or discuss at a concrete matter,
I think the fact that he says divine right just like eradicates every word that he says. That makes him. He's gone. Yeah, we're just talking shit about him now.
Well, yeah, when like Republicans always say that it's their God-given right to have guns or not do abortion.
yeah,
It's like you
exactly.
think that the
Maybe your mouth
Constitution
if
was
you
written by
post
God
shit
and
the
given to you or something. I'm like, I don't understand that logic. It's never made sense to me.
And also, like, it doesn't matter what you say; he's against it. Even if you approve his point, he's against his own point just to be against you. Sometimes
Yeah,
I
he
have
just-
the feeling he's.
he
I'm
just
not
restates
saying
it
we
as
shouldn't
something
try to
else.
make education better. I'm saying that research we put into making education better is bad.
Fucking retarded.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like we haven't gotten smarter over the past 50 years, is what he was trying to say.
There has been no innovation in education in the last 50 years. that made
Also,
education
he's distracting as fuck when he said, "Okay, Europe is shit and America is shit," and I wanted to have
China
some numbers behind that. He's just switched to another topic and talked
Yeah.
about globalist theory,
And he says that what's wrong with the U.S. is racial diversity, unlike other countries that don't have racial diversity and don't have problems. And I'm
Unlike
like,
the
what are these
zero
imaginary
other
countries that are racially pure, according to you?
Actually, like besides Europe and the U.S., and, like maybe like Australia, like most of the Asian countries are pretty much just what they are.
Yeah, but
So-
they're pretty fucking poor and they're like our slaves. So if we have some trash, we send it to Asia, easy. If we want some goods, we force the government to deliver it to us.
Yeah, you
easy.
see all those videos of like the companies that run those DNA tests, like Ancestry.com and 23andMe, and it's always like Europeans typically, but they're always like, oh, I'm pure Icelandic, I'm all British, blah blah. They take these DNA tests and they realize that they're just a hodgepodge of all this crap, and it's
Yeah,
like,
I
oh
mean-
wow, Iceland,
I
this,
think there was a talk show.
Human
Yeah.
beings have been
Where
around for a long time.
there was
so-
yeah.
some
Even
racist
like you
preacher,
say,
I think,
the-
like
the countries that are the most, quote unquote pure, like Japan and Australia, there's still like a lot of like crap in there because immigration and globalism. It's like too late, buddy.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Globalist scum.
yeah, there was a really funny talk show with some Catholic priest who was like far right, and he made a DNA test, and it turned out he's like 20% Native Indian American.
Yeah,
So he was like, no, I don't believe that. That's wrong.
yeah. There was a British guy
So
on that
ridiculous.
video who
God
was
came
like,
to me in a dream and said
he was
that's
like,
not true.
I don't dislike any people from other countries, but I don't like Germans so much. He said that, and then he takes the test, and it turns out like he is mostly German. He was like 30% German, and the dude legit was like, oh, well, I guess so. you
I
could
don't
see
know,
it,
like at least 30% of myself.
yeah, he's like, that explains a lot. He kind of made a joke of it, so he wasn't a
But also, how can
belligerent
you?
racist like East, but it was pretty funny. Let me find
How-
that
He's a
video.
belligerent racist. I think he's just really, really.
He's definitely racist.
He's absolutely racist. The second he found out I was Mexican, you should have seen his messages to me.
Did he say like go back to Mexico because that's,
I
that's
think-
where you fucking belong?
All
He
the
called me ugly.
IQ stuff is just thinly veiled racism.
I think he's a mix of everything. Like he's a bit of a social Darwinist. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's a bit of a racist, and like 100% of a douchebag.
100% douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, every point he tried to make didn't make any sense in itself. His arguing had no logic in it,
Well, he's just repeating all the bullshit he hears on Fox or Breitbart or wherever the fuck he hears.
Yeah, but he also tries to stay as abstract as possible, so no one can do anything with what he says.
Yeah, that's why I said what the fuck like 6 times. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you say something so dumb that like the other person's brain just has to like sit back and like why would you say that to me?
The divine globalist. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard this shit my entire life since I moved to this country.
A couple of things like really took me back. I was like, why do you think that? Why? No.
And also, what did he talk about the Chinese? When I asked him, hey, can you give me a prime example of a country who did it right? And then he gave me a country who killed 60 million of his own people just because, as
Yeah.
a
And
good
before
example
that,
of a
there
country.
No, not that. The other stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Come on.
All the stuff that's not bad. They did really. You
No,
remember
not
the-
that
Yeah,
either.
but
The other stuff.
The poverty was great. The poverty was great. They had under Mao's
That
rule.
was the communists. That doesn't count.
Yeah,
another
exactly.
And before that, there definitely wasn't a Warring Kingdoms period. There definitely wasn't any unrest
Yeah.
within China itself.
Yeah, the Opium Wars never happened. And also when he says like Europe lost its balls, basically, it's what he's saying. Yeah, that we became some divine whiners. I don't know. Does he think that we are liking war? That we think it would be good if Germany and France would be like they have been in the past? Hey, let's kill like 20% of each other's population just because of some minor issue, because of a king is butthurt.
Did he leave the server? Can we? Oh, he's
He's
still
gone.
here. I'm just curious. He left the
I don't
call,
know.
but I was curious if he just left the server.
They
He's
banned
offline.
Winnie the Pooh in China, so it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, China is like a major, how to say it, clusterfuck of things now at the moment.
They just have
Yeah.
too many people, so we can't tell them to shut the fuck.
Poor Hong Kong.
Yeah, I mean,
They're screwed.
the Hearthstone thing, the Houston
Alright, I'm back,
Rockets
I'm back.
thing.
Huh.
Hey, welcome back. Your internet broke, or
We're talking about Winnie the Pooh. Do you think that Winnie the Pooh should be banned in the United States?
because
Hmm.
this thing's China?
Is he a globalist?
He probably is, yeah. I think he smokes a lot of weed too, according to some cartoons I've read.
I mean, like, I'm against drugs. Like, I think that like people shouldn't use them. I think they like make your life worse. But like making them illegal as thus far been pretty unsuccessful. So
Yeah.
I'm not really sure
Yeah.
what the way forward is.
East,
Yeah,
what
if
do you
have
think about
depression,
the whole
you shouldn't take
controversy about?
SSRIs.
What do you think about the controversy about Hearthstone and Houston Rockets in China?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I'm gonna put on a headphone. It's hard to hear you.
About the issue with Houston Rockets and the Hearthstone tournament, where someone said free Hong Kong in stream and Blizzard banned him because they're
Was
afraid of
there,
Chinese.
Oh yeah, I know.
Their general
Well-
manager said that.
I think that like Hong Kong is has nothing to do with China and has everything to do with the United States inciting like non-Chinese Communist Party ideas within the U.S. And China's has actually come out and said this, so like they're not.
Okay, can
it's
you-
not
can you
like a
say-
conspiracy theory. It is not like Free Hong Kong is a movement that has nothing to do with China and has everything to do with the disgusting imperialist presence of the current U.S. government.
Ah, okay, I understand now.
I mean, like, I think you would agree with me that like the U.S. government is like just detestable and like what it does.
Yeah, okay, I think everybody agrees
It's
with
like
that.
a global. It's a
I don't know.
globalist, global force for like whatever those who are in power of the U.S. like, and like it's not a positive thing. Like
I think a lot
like
of
everything the
it's
U.S.
positive.
touches, it like well sometimes it is like depending on like what your moral system is. But like just overall, I don't think it's a positive thing that the
Yeah,
U.S.
how
is,
dare
like,
we step
around
in
the
when
world.
people are fucking like cutting their like countrymen's head off and just murdering thousands of innocent people.
I
We
mean,
shouldn't step in.
No, I think that's not
I
our
have to,
problem.
I have to
Like,
agree with
that's-
you actually. Most of the time would have been better if the US and A didn't invade other countries.
Yeah.
But
Like-
that's because I don't like invasions at all.
Well,
Like,
yes, they should be nationalists.
I'm sorry, can someone remind me who is president again and what administration we're under? Because I'm not sure where we're
The
getting this.
Trump
Yeah.
administration.
It's imperialist. Because everything that Trump has done is the opposite. He's like isolationist
Obama was
out the
more-
ass. What are you talking about?
Obama was less isolationist than Trump is. What are you talking about? You're ignorant on the subject. Obama expanded U.S. power and increased the presence of the USA in the Middle East. Trump is contracted. In fact, like right now, he's trying to pull the troops out of Syria, and the mainstream media is against it, and like the whole establishment is against it. Like Trump is the most nationalist president that we've had.
The problem-
Trump
the
is the
problem-
president,
anti-imperialist
but he's
president.
not the establishment somehow. Okay.
Whichever one.
And you say the U.S. is imperialist
He's-
right now, while you're saying that everything that Trump is doing is
He's not in the
isolationist
channel
and-
anymore.
Not in here.
He's gone.
Other channel.
Damn it. That literally made no sense.
Dibs on the scout.
What do you guys
Wait, is this EQ? Oh god.
Yeah.
Why?
To play with the scoot.
Whatever.
I wanna. He's in the head.
Same. Holly, do the pounce thing.
Do the pounce thing? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do the pounce thing. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Already.
Reload.
It didn't work, guys.
You didn't do the pounce thing.
did. I crouched and pressed M1 and everything.
Oh wait, he's not in here, is he?
He's not in game? Oh, he's not.
Is he?
No, he's not.
He's
No,
not.
he's not.
Oh shit. Fuck.
That's fine. No, I don't have to try so hard.
I didn't really understand who I was picking, so I just pressed numbers.
I mean, I think this is... Well, I don't know who Driss or Dish Jockey are, but I think this is...
They're
pretty-
random
Oh,
beaners.
that's no. Dish is.
Actually, I don't know
Snow.
anyone on Lobster's team.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just
random
snow.
beaners.
One of them's Snow. Yeah.
It
There's
might
a
be a bit
witch. What
lopsided
is
in our...
this?
It's EQ, yeah.
Oh, it's EQ. Oh, that's why Scout's playing. Okay,
Of course.
that makes sense.
Do we want to hit on this witch? Because I don't think we have time to throw and get another one.
We have quad. Yeah, we have boomer.
Boomer is a capper now.
Yeah, we could try.
Alright. They're going around her. What bitches?
What?
I lost my spin.
They're gonna shoot it from above.
I'm just gonna ignore it because they're pussies.
No.
Did we get quads? Are there quads in EQ? I don't know anything about this config.
It has a Scout, it's good.
Yeah,
Isn't it the same thing as Ace Mod, but with the Scout?
I don't know.
I don't know. Then no
I
way.
thought it had the super OP Uzis. We should probably attack at least once.
Maybe. I think attacking is overrated, but whatever.
Come on, witch.
They're not too much shit. From the lobster.
Someone
Oh, they hit
took
the
a
witch! I think it's on Rochelle. He's not gonna hit it.
Oh no, she got stuck.
Oh!
Still got hit.
Got a hit. Might
Wait,
wanna
what?
just go in with this horde. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Sure.
not much left.
Hang on.
But it's better than taking shit from Lob.
Does someone have this guy already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
Someone was shooting.
Flying globalist. Yeah, just go in.
Yeah, I'm going. I just want to try and get one car in here.
Yeah,
Oh man, what a hit. Well, I've seen better East tanks.
Wow.
Is there a slowdown or am I just high?
I
don't know.
I don't think. Wait, slow down where?
I
Oh,
don't
for
know.
the
Like from the
Uzis?
guns, I can't tell if like he was shooting me and I was slowing down, or my game's just like stuttering a bit.
Yeah, I don't. There actually might be.
I don't know. I feel like there's not. I think I'm just dumb.
I don't really remember though.
Full bunnies.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Good to go. Reloading! I'm a reload. Reload. Through this door.
Rochelle's really far ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready?
Good hit. Holy shit.
Reloading! Reloading!
ready to get skeeted by law.
Do it.
Ready?
Sure, go for it.
I go on Rochelle.
Oh look, no speed.
Reloading.
Thanks, I owe you one.
I should make my yellow a little more red.
Reloading.
What, your outline?
Yeah.
We can get up here.
I'm ready, by the way.
Reload.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Get the lead out.
Go. Oh, I hit the wall.
Holy freaking shit! Aw, I didn't think he was gonna get cleared.
Reload.
I wrecked an invisible wall.
Oh
Reload. Reloading here. Reload. Safe house ahead.
Reloading here.
Ready.
Ready.
no! No!
Sad.
They didn't get the car points though.
True. I'm ready to lose to random people.
You know it?
So where was the scout? Is it
It's
like, does it
next
have
to
a...
The billboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the
Where
sniper
you-
spawn, of course.
the...
Sorry.
Yeah.
I got dibs. It's my name.
We might need you.
I get next map then.
I get next.
Then map 4 is me.
Actually, it's not really short. I shouldn't have got dibs.
No, you know, you already picked.
I'm
Oh shit, sorry. I am so sorry.
Reloading.
Reloading.
I need to drink more water. I gotta stay hydrated or else I'll play like shit. Getting the name.
Reloading.
Jockey behind us.
Reloading.
They're behind.
Frying pan.
Reloading.
Draw behind you.
Smoke.
Reloading.
Ah, help me. Help me.
I do not have shotgun. Someone else needs to deal with this bitch if we do deal with her.
Ah, that's too much work.
You get points for killing it in this conflict?
I don't think so.
I remember.
No one knows this config.
We thought we would know? Yeah, that's all we know.
Well, you guys play way more than me. I assumed you would.
I haven't played
No.
ever. This is my first
I
time
never-
ever.
I never played.
Reloading here.
Sorry, I got the scout with me.
Does anybody even ever play
Nope.
EQ? Why
It's a
not?
dead config.
I wish people played it.
Why are we playing it?
Because it has a scout.
Because Scout, I mean, you Lee wanted to use the fucking Scout.
Smoke.
Jockey on me. Hunter. Spit coming.
Sorry guys, I got the hunter.
Reloading.
Go chip the tank.
I'm chipping him, man.
Oh shit, I'm
Chip it harder.
Yeah.
Going with machine gun.
I'm bullying him. He can't hide. Okay,
above
now he can
tank.
hide.
Where's the alarm car? Oh,
It's the
in
close
front.
one.
It's the second, yeah, the first one. Sorry.
Reloading.
Watch your boom up here.
Trying
Oh
to
god.
No,
Oh
save me, I
god.
have to scout.
No.
No!
You did.
What?
Jockey behind.
Jockey,
No, I fucking am too.
save me. I want to use
Okay,
scout.
we're a little bit separated. Watch the car.
Rock.
He's gonna try to.
He's gonna, yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
Where's he
He's
going?
hiding. He's right behind the little vent thing.
I'm gonna go over
Okay.
here.
Fucking leave.
Watch
He
him.
dropped.
Charge on.
Oh my god, what the freak?
He got the other car up there now too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get close.
Smoke.
He's camping the cars.
Yeah, he wants the kill. He's just gonna bleed him out. And we can't do anything about it. There's nowhere to chip him. Let's see.
Where is he?
He's behind the cars.
I got smoked into a car. What do you want me to do?
No, it's fine.
Get him, Scout. Get him.
He dropped.
He dropped. Save me.
He's on the side. No, he's on the left.
Well, you should have hid behind. Run, Holly, run.
No,
run.
man.
You should.
Bullshit.
Save me. Happy.
Luckiest hits ever. Jesus Christ. That just lost us the round. Someone get me up, please.
Scout.
No one got me up. You're all just standing there, assuming someone else will do it.
I'm carrying you down.
I was clearing horde.
So was I.
Thank
Maybe you're the one that's down.
Are you black and white?
No.
No.
Reloading. Reloading.
Pews, pews. Pews, pews, pews. Pews.
Pills.
Reloading.
Oh, help me.
Oh.
Ah, where? Oh, I need ammo. So bad.
There's a pump down
Spit
there.
in the door.
We've got the cliff up
Oh,
ahead.
alright, I'll get a pump. Ugh. Ugh.
You could
Ugh,
switch.
poo-poo pump. I don't like the
Pull
poo-poo.
yourself together, man. You're falling apart.
Whose tank was that?